to Twisted Fairy Tales. This is your host, the Horror Queen.
What was that? Sounds like a car alarm. Did you forget to lock the front door again, son? Oh no, I think I did. I'm sorry, Mom.
Well, this is your mistake, so you get your ass up and go check it out.
What if someone's here?
Well, then he needs to take care of it. How else will he learn?
The teenage son got up from the floor and climbed up a set of stairs, then walks out of a hidden door within the living room. He sniffs the air, turns on the lights, and quickly returns to his parents. Dad, there's someone here. Both parents sit up, but the father places his hand on the mother's pregnant belly to ease her.
No. You stay here. We'll take care of it.
The father and the son race back upstairs into the living room. They both sniff the air and examine the recliners.
Someone sat in my chair. And look, they sat in your mother's chair too.
They sat in my chair too, Dad. Look at the dent. The father sniffed the air again and ran into the kitchen with his son following behind. They turned on the lights and saw 3 of their plates scattered on the counter.
Look, they ate some of our food.
Look, Dad, they ate all of mine.
Search the house. They might still be here.
From inside the bathroom, Goldie can hear yelling, followed by loud and fast footsteps making his way up the spiral staircase. Oh shit, someone's home. Goldie panics, couldn't wait for the pregnancy results. She places the test inside the backpack, zips it up, turning off the flashlight, and hides under the bed. The son races inside his bedroom and turns on the light. He observes his bed and can tell it's been slept in. Dad, come here! The father runs to his son's bedroom, and they both see the disturbed bed.
They laid on my bed and your mother's bed.
Look, Dad, they slept in mine.
Make sure all the doors and windows are locked. I'm gonna go check on your mother.
Both run out of the room, down the stairs, and Goldie saw her chance to try to escape. She steps out from underneath the bed, puts on her backpack, and grabs her flashlight. Every light in the house is on, and she quietly descends the spiral staircase. She tiptoes her way to the front door, but it's locked from the inside. Before she knew it, she hears heavy footsteps running directly behind her. Quickly, she dashes out of the way, and the son charges through the fiberglass front door and falls to the ground. Goldie seizes the opportunity to run to her SUV, but the son swiftly regains his composure and chases behind her, tackling her to the ground. Now on top of her, Goldie attempts to fight him off, but realizes he's much stronger and bigger than any average teenager. He places his hands on her throat and begins to strangle her. With Goldie barely breathing and her vision going dark, she manages to pull her right pants up, finding the knife sheath attached to her leg, and pulls out her hunting knife. Knowing her life is in danger, she stabs the teenager in the neck, and he lets out a howling yell that alerts both his parents. They both rush out of their den as Goldie pushes the son off of her and heads towards her vehicle. Barry! The parents notice their injured son, screaming on the ground. So the mom rushes to her son's aid, while the dad turns his attention to Goldie, who's trying to escape. Goldie turns around to see the father running towards her at full speed. She darts to the back seat of her SUV and opens the door, frantically searching the floor, then pulls out a double-barrel shotgun she took from Corey. The father reaches her back seat, and within minutes, the shotgun already loaded, she shoots him in the chest. The impact from the blast sends him flying in the night air. The noise startles the mom, who was comforting her dying son in her arms. While blood is gushing out of his neck, she tries to cover his wound with her hands, but he takes a final breath, and she gently lays his head on the snowy ground. She rises up and runs towards the SUV that Goldie is desperate to start up. The mother rips off the door of the driver's side and grabs Goldie by the locks and tosses her in the air. Goldie lands onto the thick snow on the ground, and unfortunately the fall breaks her left leg. The mother lets out an inhuman growl as she charges towards Goldie. The mother proceeds to beat Goldie repeatedly, but Goldie pulls out her knife once again and stabs the mother on her side. The mom howls and bites Goldie on the shoulder, yet Goldie stabs the mother 3 more times on the side, and finally the mom rolls over to the ground. Goldie stands up, and although she's in excruciating pain, she limps her way inside the mansion. She makes her way into the family room, and the door from the den is still open. Therefore, Goldie goes through it, closing and locking it behind her. Once inside, she travels down the stairs and looks around. She can hear heavy footsteps above her, followed by loud pounding on the door. There was a bottle of lighter fluid on the shelf that she picks up and holds on to, with the pounding becoming more intense. She looks around for a place to hide and spots a steel door. She opens the door and walks inside, realizing she's now inside a walk-in freezer. She locks the door, turns on the lights, and is appalled to see human remains hanging on meat hooks. The sight of the bodies make Goldie gag, and she regurgitates on the floor. Among the remains was a human face that she recognized. It was the face of her former employer. Although her former employer ruined her career, she was saddened to have learned of his fate. The mother finally manages to bust through the den door, and Goldie can hear her heavy footsteps as she hurries down the stairs. Goldie can feel her heart pounding through her chest, and sweat pours down onto her face. She looks down on the floor only to see an old flyer. While picking it up, the mother begins pounding on the freezer door. Goldie skims through the flyer, and it's an advertisement for a steak meal at the Bear Diner. Best steaks in town, the flyer said. Goldie was once again sick to her stomach after realizing what this family had done and remembering the meal she ate earlier. Before she can react, the mother busts through the steel door. Impossible. She underestimated the strength of this inhuman creature. She hides in the corner behind a shelf without being seen, and the mother walks past her. Goldie slips out quietly while looking behind, but not seeing where she's going, and accidentally kicks a broken piece from the floor. Now that her cover's blown, Goldie throws the lighter fluid into the mom's direction, with some splashing in the mother's eyes. Goldie then pulls out a Zippo lighter, lights it, and throws it towards the mother, setting her ablaze. While the mother is on fire, Goldie staggers as fast as she can out of the den and outside to her SUV. She finds her shotgun, loads it, then stands patiently near the propane tanks on the side of the mansion. She anticipates the mother's escape, hiding the gun behind her, careful to keep a safe distance. Goldie could have left right then and there, but she needed to finish off the Bear family. Soon, the mother busts out of the fiery den and rolls onto the snow, putting the flames out. She's fuming with so much rage that she stands up and let out a loud growl before transforming into her true form, an enormous brown bear. Goldie is startled by the mother's now appearance, but stands her ground.
Killed my family.
You killed all those people.
Yes. And now, you die.
You first, bitch. She pulls her gun from behind and shoots the propane tanks, which immediately blows up, instantly killing the mother and sends Goldie flying through the air. The rest of the mansion blows up and the entire estate goes down in flames. Goldie rises from the rubble, badly injured but alive, and somehow crawls to her SUV, stepping inside, ultimately turning the car on. She pulls out the pregnancy test from the backpack, and it was positive. Goldie smiles as she drives away from the mansion, watching from her rearview mirror, finally ending her terrifying ordeal. She happily runs over a part of Mama Bear's arm that just happens to be holding a piece of Goldie's locks.